All right, folks. So now we did the assembly of this thing. It's already solved. Um, but we need to create a case for it, right? To 3D print. And it's got to, this thing has to fit inside the case. So how wide is it? Well, in this, I know it's exactly 2.25 from here to here. Well, let's look at it from here. From here to here is 2.25. From here to here is 2.25. And from here to here is 2.25. I know because it's 3 cubes wide every direction. Exactly 2.25. What is yours in real life? Well, you need to take a dial caliper to it. You know the wood could be a little bit off. It could be a little different. So you want to measure it, okay? And when you measure it, I'm going to bring in something. When you measure it, you want to write down the value. So you're like, oh, I got 2.28 inches, or and then this other one I got 2.29 inches. And when I measured it like up and down this way, I got 2.27 inches. So just keep writing them down and then take the biggest number because we don't know which direction they're going to, if somebody solved this and sticks it in the case for you, we don't know what direction we're going to put it. So we want the largest possible number. And then we want to round up a little bit. We want to add a little extra to that. What your number is going to be, I don't know. It could be 2.3 works a lot of times, but 2.4 if you like a little sloppier fit, or maybe your cube you had a lot of paint to it, it's a little thicker. Maybe you need it 2.4, right? So I'm going to go with that. I need the inside of my cube to be. I'm drawing with a mouse, so forgive me. I don't have my writing pad. I want it to be 2.3 inches from here to here. And from here to here, 2.3 inches this way as well. So 2.3 inches from here to here, okay? So I want the inside. I have to draw this. I have to draw what I'm doing here because I have to plan this out. I have to think about it because I'm designing this from scratch. So I need my box to fit in here, and this should do it. Like, should this do it for you? I don't know. Get a pair of dial calipers, measure every little part of it, and see if it'll fit. And look at your numbers, and then choose the biggest one and round that up to a little bit. Okay, um, just by a tad bit, round it up. Now, of course, I need the outside of my box, right? So the inside of my box is already 2.3 inches, right? That's, this way, this way. This is the inside of my box. I should have drawn over here. It's 2.3 inches in every direction. Let me get my eraser here. That's a soft eraser. Where's the hard eraser? There's a hard eraser here somewhere. There it is. Okay. So I'm planning this out, and I know the inside has to be about that big for me. How big is the outside? So how big am I going to do it? Well, it depends how thick these walls are, right? Well, um, and my directions right now, read them. I may change them over time, but I said the thinnest it should be is that because any thinner than that, the 3D printer may have a little trouble doing it. And you could do it as big as 0.2 inches, or I think maybe 0.25. It depends on how I'm feeling. But the thicker these are, the more plastic we're wasting. And I personally just think it looks ugly when it gets too thick anyway. It looks like a big waste of area. It doesn't do anything. It's just a wall. Personally, I think 0.1 is really good, about. So around 0.1 inches. So that's how thick it is from like this, from the inside of your box to the outside of your box. So that means this is also 0.1 inches, and so is this, and so is this, okay? So how big is this? Well, just do a little bit of math. What's 0.1 plus zero point 0.1 plus zero point 0.3? Well, that's 0.1, 0.1 plus 2.3, sorry, 2.3 plus that plus that. I'm getting about 2.5 inches. Okay, so this is the part where you have to sit there with some paper. You have to just use your brain, and we have to think. You have to just kind of plan it out. This is the part of the class where it's designing. So knowing that I need a new part, I'm going to go ahead and just click plus because I could leave here and start a whole new case, but this is all part of my puzzle cube. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to start a whole new part studio and just start from scratch here. See, my other ones are here. Remember, all these guys are here. My assembly's here. Now I just have another part studio. You can rename this if you want and call it my case. And I can call this my puzzle pieces. All right. And I can move this over so the assembly's still at the end. All right, sketch. I'm going to click the top here, the top view, because I'm going to be doing this from the top of my case. Click the rectangle, and I'm going to draw the outside first. And I planned it to be 2.5. Yours may be slightly bigger, slightly smaller. 2.5, done. Okay, now we're going to click extrude. And how tall is it? Well, if we do like 2.25, my box will stick out a little tiny bit because I need to have a little plastic on the bottom and my box will stick out a little bit. I personally like it to stick out kind of a lot, so I'm just going to put 2 inches. Depends, you can plan this however you want to do yours. I like my cube to kind of hang out a little bit. And then all we need to do is on the top here, we're going to shell it using this thing which says shell. And I'm going to click the top, and then I'm going to type in how thick the walls are. I already have 0.1 inches there, so I'm going to push the green checkbox. There we go. Don't forget to put your name on this. So we're going to click sketch, click one of the sides. If you want, you can do it on the bottom, I guess, if you like. If you just want to hide your name on it. And then click text box. It's here somewhere. There it is right there, text. And go and click and drag. And you can put your first name and dot, just, you could just do it like that and just put one letter for your last name. If you want to just put your last name, whatever. I want to push check. It's way too big, so to get it smaller, you're going to have to use this dimension tool and choose what size. I'm going to go 2 inches, and then I want to put this like over here, Is that in the middle? You're just guessing? Don't guess. From this wall to this wall, I drew it myself just 2 minutes ago. That's 2.5 inches. 2.5 from here to here. If this is 2 inches, then from here to here, if I want it in the middle, should be 0.25. So half. So half. How did I come up with that? Well, just a little bit of math. Here's my square. This is 2.5 from here to here. And this thing right here is 2 inches. 2 inches from here to here. That leaves, look at this. This is 2. This is 2.5. That's a 0.5 inches left over. But some is going to be here and some is going to be here. So I'm going to take this and divide it by 2. And that equals 0.25. That means I should have 0.25 here and 0.25, I can't write it, 0.25 space here. So I should have 0.25 on both sides. So that did it. Now, how far is it from here to here? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to do 0.25 and done. And I'm going to go ahead and click extrude. And I'm going to click this. I don't want to go out. You could go out a very small amount, 0.05 like that, if you wanted to. The printer can handle it sticking out just a tiny bit. I wouldn't go much more than, I'm going to double click this extrude. I wouldn't go more than 0.05. So don't even try to do 0.1. Remember, the walls are 0.1 thick. Maybe half that. Honestly, to be safe, I would even do like 0.02 and just have it out a little tiny bit, and it'll still be very visible, And the printer won't have too much trouble doing that. I prefer myself to remove the plastic. It's giving me an error because I need to remove the other direction. So click this little arrow. There we go. And green check mark, and just go in a little tiny bit, There we go. And you can add your period number here. If you want, you can trace something here. You can trace a Nike sign or a flower or whatever you want. If you want a freehand stuff, you can sketch and click here. You can draw, maybe you could draw a face right here, You can make ovals, click here, make an ellipse. Oops, there we go. and green check mark, and you can totally just extrude all of them at the same time. And you can go and remove all that. And then you can, if you want to do that. All right. So that's pretty much it. That's all you have to do to make your case. And feel free to, design it all you want, add all the text you want to it. The more you do, the cooler it looks. So, and that's pretty much it. Okay. If you want to see what this looks like, by the way, um, just for fun, I can bring this in the assembly. Hopefully I can figure this out. Insert. And I'm going to insert the case. And then done. And I'm going to say planar mate. This bottom should be the same as, let's see, this bottom, green check mark. And then I'm going to planar mate this side with the inside here, green check mark. And then lastly, you can see it moves this way. Oh, sorry. This moves like that. So let's go planar mate. Oh, we already are on planar mate. This plane with that plane in there. Green check mark, and there we go. And you can see my cube's going to hang out a little bit. I wanted it to. And that's how it'll look. And that's all, folks.